After the sentence, did you say that? Cha Eunwoo? I can't believe it. Shaking up the entire Korean entertainment media, the public is still waiting, guessing, and associating every movement of the two as a clue. But no one expected that Moon Ji-young's answer, which he said a few days after the incident, would be a turning point that left fans speechless, transfixed, and unable to breathe for a few seconds. It happened at a short interview that was not originally planned. Ji-young attends a fashion event, appearing elegant in a simple black dress that keeps the camera's spotlight on her from start to finish. Reporters have prepared light questions around fashion, drama projects, and her schedule ahead. There was no indication that questions about Cha Eunwoo would arise, except for one senior reporter who was known to be brave and on point. The interview went smoothly until the reporter took one step forward and asked in a voice so calm but direct, piercing, "Ji-young SSI, everyone was talking about your line at the event 3 days ago. If I may ask, what exactly did Cha Eunwoo say to you that day?" The whole room was instantly quiet. Ji-young, who had looked confident from the beginning, suddenly fell silent. His smile faded. The camera and microphone pointed at him. Even the fans behind the guardrail held their breath. No one thought the reporter would dare to say it in public. Moon Ji-young lowered his gaze for a moment, as if he was weighing whether he should answer or dodge. His left hand gripped the microphone tighter, and he took a slow breath, barely audible but enough to make fans feel that something big was about to unfold. After about 5 seconds that felt like 5 years to the fans, he looked straight into the camera. His gaze is honest, gentle, but attentive. Then he said, "I can't say everything, but he was honest with me, more honest than ever." The atmosphere of the room instantly changed. The reporter froze. Fans looked at each other, but no one spoke. That sentence feels too deep, too emotional, too full of meaning, but not finished yet. Moon Ji-young continued with a slightly quivering but very quiet voice. "And the answer I gave him wasn't something that was easy for me to say." The room was quiet again. Reporters are waiting. Fans hold their phones tighter to record every precious second. And Ji-young, who used to be so controlled, now looks like someone who is holding a big emotion that wants to come out, but he keeps holding it back. When the reporter tried to dig further, asked, "Then what is that answer?" Ji-young smiles. Not a professional smile, but a very personal one, almost like the smile of someone who hides something both beautiful and frightening. He said in a soft voice, "I said, I need time, but I heard him. I really heard him." Within seconds, the entire social media exploded. Fans fell silent not because they were disappointed, but because what Ji-young said contained such a deep meaning, so honest, and so rare in the Korean entertainment world. "I heard it." That simple sentence made the public's interpretation widespread. Did Eunwoo express his feelings? Asterisk, does it say anything about their future? Did he ask Ji-young to wait? Or did he reveal something about himself that he had been hiding? There is no definite answer. But what is clear? Ji-young admits that he did not refuse. It does not repel. He does not deny. He didn't say it was just a job or a drama project. It accepts that the moment is important. Some fans even cried at the sight of Ji-young's fragile yet strong face, as if revealing that the moment wasn't something he could handle lightly, something that touched his heart deeper than he thought. What makes fans even more speechless is his movement after the interview is over. As he walked out, someone called him from the side. "Ji-young SSI, are you sorry to hear that?" He stopped walking. Without turning his head, without hesitation, he answered, "No, I was just scared. Because for the first time, I wanted to answer it correctly." And with that, Moon Ji-young left the interview area, leaving the public with much bigger questions than before. Fans were silent because the phrase was not the phrase of a celebrity. That's the word of a woman who is struggling with real feelings, a feeling that could change his life. And Cha Eunwoo's life, is he in love? Is he holding back something he wants to admit? Or was he waiting for the right moment to answer whatever Eunwoo said? Nobody knows. But for the first time, fans felt that their story wasn't just a rumor, that it's real, that it's personal, that it's emotional. And this is just the beginning. The public's reaction to Moon Ji-young's answer was really no joke. The entire Korean media immediately put the answer as the most emotional moment of female artists in 2025. But what's even more thrilling is what happened just hours after the interview aired. Cha Eunwoo, who was in the rehearsal room filming a brand project, reportedly stopped his activities as soon as the staff showed him the video clip of Ji Young's answer. According to the staff on site, Eunwoo didn't say anything for almost a minute. He just stared at the phone screen with eyes that could not hide the emotions flowing. It was like he was holding something back, said one of the staffers who witnessed firsthand. Eunwoo let out a long sigh. The sound of his breathing was heavy. Then, for the first time in a long time, Eunwoo was seen smiling. Not a professional smile, not an idle smile in front of the camera, but a small smile that emerged from a feeling of relief mixed with emotion. The smile of a man who finally hears that the words he utters reach the heart of the person he is addressing. After that, Eunwoo picked up his phone and stepped into one corner of the room. No one knew who he was calling, but all the staff noticed a change in Eunwoo's aura. Calmer, lighter, as if a huge weight that had been pressing on his chest had simply disappeared. At a few minutes later, Eunwoo returned and his voice was softer than usual when he said, "I will continue filming, but give me 5 minutes." He sat down, lowered his head, and smiled again. The staff said that at that moment, Eunwoo looked like someone who had found his new courage, or someone who had finally received the answer he had been afraid of. Moon Ji-young's "I heard it," and asterisk for the first time, "I want to get it right," making Eunwoo look like someone who had been harboring something for quite some time that he himself did not dare to fully reveal to the world. And reportedly, after filming was over, Eunwoo didn't go home right away. He sent his driver to one of the buildings in the Cheongdam area, where a small restaurant is located. It's not a fancy restaurant, nor is it a celebrity favorite. It was the restaurant they both went to during the promotion of True Beauty. A small place that holds simple memories, but full of meaning. Fans who were around the scene saw Eunwoo enter in simple but neat clothes, sit at the corner table, and stare at his phone screen several times. He looked uneasy but smiled. The smile of a young man who was waiting for someone who meant something. It didn't take long for another black car to stop in front of the restaurant. Moon Ji-young came down with a hurried step, wearing a simple long dress and without excessive makeup. She looked nervous, holding her small bag with both hands. A fan who was on the side of the road said, "He looked like someone trying to calm himself down. But she's beautiful." And that expression was like someone who was carrying a heavy feeling that he wanted to let go. Ji-young walks into the restaurant with some hesitation. But when he saw Eunwoo rise from his chair and look at him with such warm eyes, the whole awkwardness disappeared. They sit face to face, not like two famous celebrities, unlike colleagues, but like two people who are looking for honesty with each other after years of harboring feelings that have never been completed. According to an employee of the restaurant, their conversation did not take place loudly. No high noise. There is no big drama. There are only two people who speak slowly, with long, meaningful pauses. The official said, "There was a moment when Ji-young covered his mouth with his hands, as if holding back tears. And Eunwoo, he just stared at her, not with compassion, but with real love." The conversation lasted almost an hour, and as they walked out of the restaurant, the most unexpected moment happened. Moon Ji-young walked first towards the sidewalk. The night wind made her hair a little messy. He held up his phone, trying to control himself. Eunwoo came out a few seconds later. Fans who were across the street said that Eunwoo stood a few steps behind him, looking at Ji-young like someone who wanted to convey something he couldn't stand anymore. Then Eunwoo approached.